In these problems, we're going to be talking about the interior angles of a polygon and adding them all up. So it's the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. This first question says, for each of the figures below, S, big S, represents the sum of the measures of the interior angles. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Find a pattern in the given information and use it to find S for a 14-sided polygon. And what they're giving us here is 3 polygons. This one has 3 sides, this one has 4 sides, this one has 6 sides. Doesn't matter that they're not regular. And the first one, we have 3 sides. Well, that's a triangle, so we know it's going to add up to 180 degrees. We know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. What happens when we go to 4 sides? Well, there's 2 things. We can cut that into 2 triangles without having to cross any lines or anything. I mean, you could cut this into more triangles, but you can cut this into 2 triangles. And so a 4-sided figure gives 2 triangles, and the sum of the angles is 360 degrees. And then you can do the same thing with a 6-sided. This least number of triangles you can cut it into is 4 triangles, and the sum of the interior angles is 720 degrees. Now the pattern that this shows, maybe you've figured this out yourself already, is the number of triangles that you cut this figure into multiplied by 180. So a triangle has 1 triangle, multiplied by 180 is 180. A quadrilateral has 2 triangles in it. You multiply it by 180, you get 360. A 6-sided figure has 4 triangles in it. You multiply it by 180, you get 720. So it might be useful to actually write this as a formula that has to do with the number of sides. And the number of sides is always 2 more than the number of triangles. So to get the number of triangles and multiply it by 180, we'd say n, that's the number of sides, minus 2. So that's going to give us the number of triangles. Now multiply that times 180, that is going to give you the sum of the interior angles. So if to solve this problem we want to find out big S for a 14-sided polygon, we simply plug in the 14 for n. So we get 14 minus 2 times 180, so that's 12 times 180, and that is 2,160 degrees. All right, let's look at one more. This one should be easy after that. This one says, find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a pentagon. Well, pentagon, that's 5 sides. And what we're going to do is simply plug it into our formula. So S equals, n is the number of sides, so that's 5 minus 2 times 180. So that's 3 times 180, or 540.